What's up, Internet? Welcome back to Dynamic Rage here with Third Wheel. And as always, I'm joined with the one and only Mr. Tom Watkeys.
Oh, you're far too kind. Graham Wicks on my left, everybody.
Oh, thank you very much.
So, we've missed a couple streams, had some technical issues, we've had some gigs up and down the country, but we're back. We're back today, and we've got something very cool happening. So, we sell ourselves as a band who plays music from the last 30 years. And at all of the gigs, we basically play the hits, the number ones, the songs that everybody knows. That's what we do. That's our every gig. However, we focus on the last 30 years of music, importantly. So from the year 2000 to today, basically. However, there's so much good music that was released from the year 2000 to today that's kind of fallen by the wayside or never even got a chance. And there's still music coming out today that is also not really getting the recognition it deserves. We thought we'd do something about it.
Exactly. It's a type of stuff that gets lost on the album. Most people know the main single that comes out from the artist, and that's the one that gets drummed into their head all the time. But sometimes when you take the time to go explore the rest of the album, you come across some incredible gems that just didn't make it to radio, and quite frankly, a lot of the times, are sometimes a better song than the actual single that made it super famous.
And this isn't to say that those singles are not good songs, because they are, they're brilliant. They've just had their moment, and we know about them, and it's important that we highlight other music that didn't get its moment.
Exactly. And as people who know us, or people who have just tuned in now, what we, as Tom said, we play the last 30 music, so it's 2000 onwards. But to put into perspective, if you're not sure what we're meaning, if I could use a reference from an older generation, it would be like only knowing Sweet Caroline, but every now and then having a little listen to Brother Love's Traveling Salvation Show. An excellent song that just wasn't the main single.
Correct. So, what we're going to do about this, what we've done, we have started a Spotify playlist. So we started small in terms of scope, but very, very dialed in. Hey, Jake Morgan, how's it, boys?
Long time. Now, this is a different Spotify playlist from the Spotify playlist on our website that people have probably seen, which is more curated for on the event, for the night, music before us, in between us, and after us. This is specifically a different kind of Spotify playlist, one where we get to flex our chops at choosing music and
at being curators.
Exactly.
So the idea here is that if you guys want to check this playlist out, you're going to find new music that you're probably going to like, and you're going to be astounded at just how good it is. And there's a lot of bands in here that we're sneaking in who are releasing music at the moment who we think are fantastic. You're just not hearing it on the radio. You're not seeing it at the top of the Spotify charts. But we're using our platform to shine a light on some really, really, really amazing music. So keep an eye on our socials, because we'll be giving the link to you for that and everything there. But for now, we're going to just tell you some of the songs that are in here and talk about some of the artists. So
just so you know, before we get started, this playlist, if you tune in tonight, you'll see it is a certain length. We are going to be adding more and more songs to this playlist all the time. Eventually, it will become a thing where we churn out some of the songs, and I think we want to build it to a nice solid, what do you think, about 100 songs?
I'd say 200.
200. And we can then basically filter out olds and news and basically keep it fresh. And hopefully it will be something that you guys grow to enjoy.
Exactly. So as an example, one of the first artists that we're going to look at today, Newfound Glory. Now, some of you will know Newfound Glory.
Not exactly new.
Yeah. My friends over you, they were one of the iconic sounds, I'd say, of the, like 1998 to like 2007.
At least.
They had a good 10-year run. They're still going. They're still fantastic. They released an album. So they were very pop punk, very like,
yes.
Yeah, just energy.
Sort of.
They released an album called Coming Home. And it was a magnificent album. But for whatever reason, no one listened to a single song on there, basically. It didn't chart very well. it's like when they play shows now, they're basically playing nothing off it because people just forgot about it.
Yeah, I think they played just the single or one or two on
Yeah.
it, like Oxygen or something.
Yeah, but we were like, this is one of the best, especially from a pop punk band, one of the best albums I think I've ever heard. So we've got a song on there called Coming Home, which is also the name of that album. Now, it's a different sound, Newfound Glory. This is what makes this sort of thing so interesting. Artists release a lot of songs that sound the same. Then they release a song that sounds different. And quite often, because that song's going to the audience who expects the same, it doesn't do very well. And it doesn't find the other audience. But it can be an amazing song. So, Newfound Glory, we've got a couple songs on there from their Coming Home album.
Which is fantastic.
Maybe right now you're like, I should go check it out. Yes, go listen to that. That's the point of this.
Yeah.
Go listen to that album.
If you like Newfound Glory, you will absolutely appreciate this album. It's a lot of these bands they will be covering somewhere in their career. If you've followed them as a fan, you will notice the albums change sounds as they go, and there becomes a sweet spot where there's one album that you would say that is the band trying to be, I don't want to say more mature, but like a more polished and a more produced sound that you're like, wow, that's actually, it's not just punk rock kind of stuff.
Yeah. So, Coming Home, Newfound Glory, that album, amazing. Couple songs on the playlist from there. They deserve their flowers for that.
Amen.
Next band we're going to go to, fantastic band, one of our favorites.
Oh, I know what's coming.
And my personal favorite band, and I don't mean to sound like a hipster, but it's likely that you haven't heard of them. I know that's the most hipster thing to say, but something I can't stand with music is when people gatekeep bands.
I was about to say, don't worry, we won't gatekeep.
Yeah, we're not gatekeepers at all. I think if music is good, the world needs to know. That's why we're here. Hopefully that's why you're tuned in, because you're looking for good music.
Exactly.
So, there's a band called The Main.
Ooh, The Main. Also, incredible. They're from America.
Arizona, yeah.
Yeah, Arizona. And they are also I don't want to say punk rock band, because they're probably more of like a alt rock band. And they have released how many albums now? They're on their seventh?
Like 8 or 9. It's incredible.
And so they've been going for a long time, and they have such a spectrum of different kinds of songwriting styles that they've done over the years.
And as songwriters, like the reason they're my favorite band is their songwriting is just on a different level.
And not to mention the lead singer, if you've never heard of them, he's got a tone that just has raw emotion just built into it, ready to go.
Just default setting, it's on. Anyway, so we've actually seen The Main live. I think we're going to go see them again this year.
Hopefully so.
Like when musicians are fans of other musicians, that should tell you like they're worthy of some sort of like a second chance. So anyway, so The Main. Again, check out their Spotify. A lot of these people, it's not like they're only got 100 streams. I mean, they're getting hundreds of thousands, if not millions. But in the world of Spotify, you can miss that completely.
True. And that is The Main with an E on the end, in case you're not sure who that is.
Like the state, M-A-I-N-E, The Main. Again, you're going to see a few songs on the Spotify playlist that we're providing. Sticky, which is one of their songs. You know, like a lot of songs now, 1 billion streams is kind of like, that's where the tick is for like, what a song.
Yeah.
Sticky to me is a 1 billion stream song. It should have 1 billion streams. It's that good.
It's worthy of 1 billion.
It is worthy. I can't begin to explain to you how catchy it is, how well produced, how well written. Everything about it is just, and it's got a great music video as well. So Sticky, The Main. There's a few other The Main songs in here mainly because I was such a fan and I got everyone else in the band into being a super fan. So we're like but again, they deserve a good place on there because we think that their music is fantastic.
And they have some great, like while you're driving in the car, just like listening to music. It's that kind of a band. And yeah, you will really enjoy them if you don't know them. And if you do, check out more of them.
And if you love them, you're welcome.
You're welcome.
Yeah, we did this for them. And importantly, they're still releasing music. This isn't like, a band from 2000 who wrote some good songs and they've kind of stopped. The Main are still touring. They're still releasing music. You can still go and watch them live. And I can't tell you when we did watch them how good it was. An amazing show.
And they're still in their prime.
Yeah, they haven't like plateaued yet.
Which you can't say for a lot of
No.
bands who came up from
Yeah.
the 90s and stuff like that.
And these days, like, I mean, like the major shows, the Glastonburys, the Downloads, like they're bands who were incredible and had them, like you went to watch System of a Down last week.
Yes.
Okay, take nothing away from System of a Down. They are amazing, but they peaked and they're not doing what they used to do in terms of releasing like music that's on the brink of what people can take. I don't even know if they're releasing new
No,
songs.
so they still have their same 5 albums.
Yeah, they're in
So-
the legacy era, which is fantastic. It's still lovely to go watch them, but you're going to have less access to them, and there's not going to be something new that you're like, because
Exactly.
we all remember the first time we discovered certain music. Most of us were a lot younger because as you get older, you stop looking for new music. Part of it is that you don't know where to find it.
Exactly.
But yeah, like the main still release new albums, and I'm there on release day on Spotify waiting, and I'm not disappointed. So they have got a few songs on the playlist, absolutely deserved.
Definitely got to
We
check them
talk
out.
about
Ooh. Yes, so there is an artist here in the UK, a young guy. His name is Ren, and it's Ren. He is, I believe he's from Bristol or Brighton?
Brighton, one of the two. Yeah,
One of the two. And I know he grew up in Cardiff in his younger age, but he is a rapper, songwriter, a guitarist. The man is incredible. He can sing with range, and his raps are
his flow
incredible.
it's like unique, but he kind of straddles the line between rapping and singing.
Yeah, like if I could say, I almost would put him into a sort of if you took, he's like a modern Eminem but British.
Yeah,
Like, but with more musicality, more like creating videos and music videos that are narratively driven and emotionally charged and stuff. And he is definitely a talent here in the UK to keep your eye on.
and just so you guys know, those of you who are tuning in and watching, you can comment, and we can read the comments in real time. So if you've heard of these artists, please let us know what you think about them, because there's so many we're going to mention, but one, you're going to be like, I know that band, and we want to know that other people have heard of these people. So to give you an example of Ren, I think one of his first songs, the music video, and I'm loving this when artists blend the song and the music video together. Like, I personally think that music videos were one of the pinnacles of art that we had as a species, because you can mix dance, music, storytelling, cinematography in an abstract medium
And art.
and it's one of the only like a movie has to be structured a certain way. You have to have like an exposition, a story, the hero has to win.
It needs to follow.
It's not a movie unless you use that exact structure. The music video, the rules are like,
Yeah.
you can do what you want.
Exactly. It could be a montage. It could be a sort of a tableau. It's whatever you're trying to, it just create a feeling.
Yeah, and it can form part of a greater narrative. It can be anyway. So with access to better tools now, like now, people can sit together and have like a talk show, like we're having.
No, can they really?
Completely independently, without any sort of like major studio investment. So we built all this ourselves. We're handling the infrastructure ourselves. Our drummer Brad is doing all the sound and lighting and everything like that. So the same thing has happened to artists, where access to cameras, access to their audience has gotten more direct. It's all improved. So Ren's got this music video where it's just him sitting in like a hospital gown,
Yeah.
and he's having a conversation with himself. But the whole conversation it's like the Gollum Smeagol thing, where one personality is like the worst version of himself, and one personality is the good, vulnerable version. And I think that video is like, the song is like 8 minutes long.
Yes.
I'm in the whole song. I'm just like, and when was the last time, like these days, you hear most people consume music in 30-second chunks in Instagram Reels or TikToks. When was the last time you watched an 8-minute song from start to finish and you're completely engrossed?
It's true. No, it's great. It's him basically battling with his own psyche and like having conversations with himself. It's very and it's funny that I compare him to a young Eminem, because it's very reminiscent of Eminem's song in the 90s called Guilty Conscience, where he does something similar, but it's not exactly the same, and it's not done in one take either.
Yeah.
So it's you definitely need to
So
check it out.
that's Ren, R-E-N. If you go to YouTube, not right now, when we finish, please, and you go, "Hi Ren," and watch that music video, I challenge you to watch it and not be impressed. What an amazing bit of artistry.
Amen.
Incredible.
Well, just seeing whoever's joined, we want to say, hi guys, we're talking music, guys. We're talking music, and we say new music. We are discussing bands that aren't exactly new, but what we're doing with this is we are mining to find new gems within old mine shafts that haven't been discovered. And this is what we're doing. We're trying to give you new things from stuff that you already know and didn't think you could discover more things you love about them.
And everything we're discussing today is on our Spotify playlist that we continuously update. Obviously, we don't charge any money. You can go listen to it anytime. Watch our socials because the link's coming out after this. So, yeah, anyway, let's talk about another artist. I'm going to go for...
Take away another artist who we got to see.
Another artist. So, with the change in the sort of field of music at the moment, the way it works is the best musicians are not getting to the top anymore. It's because musicians have to promote themselves to even get in front of the record labels, the TV stations. Like, we've experienced it. You could be an amazing musician. If you want a record deal, they don't care how good you are at playing an instrument or singing. They care about how many followers you have on Instagram or TikTok. That's all that matters now. So the net result is a lot of music that's getting to the top is being made by people who are good at marketing themselves, not good at writing music.
Yeah, it's like you kind of need to make yourself a product, and they go, "Oh, I can sell this."
And this isn't like a blanket statement that everyone who's successful isn't a good musician, but there's more people now who are there off the back of something like going viral on TikTok. Then, however, this band, they're called Lawrence. They are if you were going to make it on talent alone, 100% they're the talent.
Exactly. They're a family-run band. I say family because the main two members are brother and sister, but there's about 8 of them in the band, and they are so much a family that their huge tour that they've just finished up now is called the Family Business Tour. And every single person in the band has another whole job role that they take care of. It's not just the drummer drums and the singer sings. It's the drummer drums, and he also takes care of all the tech work, all of this. The singer sings, but they also do all the socials, all the bookings for this. The saxophone player runs all the
lighting.
The lighting,
yeah, like sets up the lights and programs it.
And another one runs the merch booth, and each one of them, it's not just they get told what to do. They actually take it and they make it their own. So whoever's in charge of the merch is thinking of new merch ideas and how can we drive the band. The person who's in charge of the content is driving all that. And so you kind of have 8 people acting as a mini label, as it were, and all independent and
they kind of like everything they've achieved has been off the back of number one being fucking phenomenal musicians. We saw them live in London last year, and so to explain like the economics of our band, right? If we get booked on a Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, that's when we get paid. We don't get leave. But if Lawrence are playing on a Friday or Saturday, we're like, nope, we'll not get paid, and we'll spend money to go and watch these musicians because it makes you like, that's what I want to go. Like, imagine something being so good you took unpaid leave for it. That's basically, they were unreal good.
Yeah,
it was
definitely.
Yeah,
they definitely a band that if you haven't heard of them, you need to.
Yeah.
And the amazing thing about them is they're actually so good. They are what I would call a musician's band.
Yeah.
It's the same as how Jacob Collier is a musician.
We'll talk about him in a little bit as well.
Oh, coming up, right? Yeah. Lawrence is not only a band for everyone, but they also are a band for musicians. Like other musicians who are good at their craft recognize Lawrence and they go, oh yeah, Lawrence are phenomenal. So if you like good music, it's very, how would you describe it? Soul,
it's a bit funk. But the female lead singer Gracie has got a powerhouse voice. I can't explain to you You'll listen to it, watch videos of them live on YouTube. I can guarantee you there's no lip syncing. Everything's live, and they're very particular about that. And again, like when we consume stuff, if someone says no, it's live and it's not, we can tell like that. Everything they've done is 100% live. They were recently nominated for a Grammy for a live performance and arrangement of one of their songs.
True.
I can't tell you how much you should go and listen to Lawrence.
And Gracie, who you mentioned, has also been nominated for a Tony.
For a Tony. And this is like by her own rights, this girl, nominated for a Grammy, which is a music award, nominated for a Tony, which is a theatre award, like the big ones, like they're like the Oscars. And she's not like an A-list celebrity yet, but has the credentials at every level in terms of ability. And the thing with music, with live performance and with theatre, you can't fake it.
No.
You can't fix it in post.
No.
It has to be good where it happens. She's phenomenal. Her brother, the whole band, phenomenal. I'm going to stop talking about Lawrence because I can carry on about that.
We could do a whole section on just Lawrence.
There's going to be a whole section on them at some point. But anyway, we'll move on from Lawrence. Has anyone here heard of Lawrence? Please, if you have, put it in the comments.
Once again, guys, feel free to leave comments of bands maybe that you would suggest. What we're doing is we're trying to find music or show you guys music from bands that you know or bands you might not know, but they are songs that you haven't heard of yet, or that you haven't discovered yet, and that you could still learn to love.
Fantastic. I'm just going to do a little check-in. Brady, just checking that we have a moment to reset something technically.
Check here in the studio.
Check. Yep. Yep. We got you there, Brad.
Go for Bradley.
Cool, that's fine. While we've got 0 viewers, go back to the shot on Graham. There's something I want to fix with the vertical. Cool, we're good. Okay, good. You can go back to the main shot. I think we'll just keep talking. Why not?
Cool.
Cool.
We could do like a couple more. Oh. Technical difficulties. Just throwing something out there. I see John Slabber commenting, how's it not yet? John, I'm not sure if you're watching, but if you are, nice to see you. Hello, Mr. Slabber.
Just so you guys know who we're talking to there is our drummer, Brad. We just fixed some technical again, we're doing everything here ourselves. So everything we do is to try and make this show the best it can be. So we're going to move on to another band who we've identified as being someone who kind of went by the wayside. Now, I guarantee you've heard the song Call Me Maybe.
Yes.
Couldn't avoid
Hey,
it.
I just met you. This is crazy.
That song was produced by the lead singer of the next band we're going to talk about. And he is, I'd say, one of the most incredible singers of the past 20 years.
Yeah, he is definitely a phenomenal singer. They're hugely underrated. I think he also wrote the song.
Yes. I don't know if he wrote the whole thing, but he definitely, his hand is everywhere on it. He did the backing vocals, he produced it, he played the instruments. His name's Josh Ramsey, and the band is called Mariana's Trench.
Amen.
Now, maybe you've heard of Mariana's Trench, but if you haven't, my goodness, such an incredible, like, pop punk band.
Yeah, but like polished pop punk, and they really, their songs are catchy, they're fun, and it's just happy punk pop. You have to give them a listen. They're so much fun, and they've got some incredible songs. And one of the songs we're looking at here is a song called Stutter, which is as it sounds when you listen to the song. They use the cadence of stuttering as a sort of melodic device, and it's just great songwriting, and just a great band.
Yeah, and an incredible singer. They like he went viral. It's funny, like people like him. I saw he went viral on YouTube recently doing a cover of like, I think it was a Wicked song.
Okay.
Like something like that. Anyway, it was one of those challenges where it's like, guys never heard the song, now he has to hear it and like recreate it. And he did it in a day in his studio. But when you hear him sing, you're like, hold on a minute. And only now are people kind of, only when you have a moment like that, like they've been releasing music for at least 20 years. And when he's in his like 40s, suddenly you get your moment where the world's like, this guy can sing, everybody. And it's like, he's been there the whole time.
So what you're telling me is we still got a chance.
We still got a chance. But yeah, Josh Ramsey of Mariana's Trench, the band Mariana's Trench, check them out. Incredible.
Exactly. That's Mariana's Trench, like the bottom of the ocean.
Exactly. On our playlist,
which is called The Last 30 Years, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, give it a listen out. We are trying to promote new music that you might not have heard of before. I say new music, it could be old music, you just haven't heard it before, so it's new to you.
exactly. I'm going to take a very quick detour on this to talk about Polyphia.
Ooh.
So this is like, there's music, most of the songs to most people I would say are going to be inside their comfort range when it comes to the sort of genre of music and the structure of a song, like what you're used to. Josh, hi, nice to see you, man. Good to have you back watching our stream. Polyphia, if you haven't heard of them, they're like a prog rock, well, gent is the correct way to explain them. That's DJ-E-N-T. It's the style of music where you mix sort of unorthodox guitar musicianship with complex rhythms. It's very rich to listen to. It's like, I can't explain. It's instrumental, completely instrumental. Maybe that's not your thing. However, just do me a favor and check it out. It's like one of those things, you know, when dubstep first came out,
Yes.
and people are like, listen, and you're like, what is this? And after a minute, you're like, this slaps. Like, I've never heard these noises before.
Yeah.
But like a good dubstep song, there was like, and it coincided with Transformers, but like no one was like, I can't stand good dubstep, other than my dad maybe.
You may, but...
But for the most part, good, like, but it was such a different sonic palette. That's what you're getting with this band Polyphia and the song Goat. I play guitar in our band. I have no idea how this guy managed to get a guitar to do the things that he's doing. And this isn't like, you know, when people are like, oh, Eric Clapton is the best guitarist of all time. He played, like, Eric Clapton's a very good guitarist, but he played what I would call conventional guitar. What this guy, Tim Henson, the lead guitarist in Polyphia, can do, and especially in that song Goat, I listen to it, I look at my guitar and I'm like, can you do that? Because I don't know if we can do that.
Why can't you do that?
Well, yeah, exactly.
And that is Polyphia as in poly and in Thea as in PH. It's Polyphia, and the song is Goat as in greatest of all time.
So check out Polyphia. Again, a little bit outside your comfort range, but it's good to listen to music that's outside your comfort range. It's how we grow.
It's very reminiscent of C2C.
It's, yeah, just like a rhythm that's a bit stuttery, but yeah, we'll get on to C2C in a minute.
So foreshadowing.
Foreshadowing. Do you want to go next?
Sweet. What should we go next?
Your pick.
Okay. Well, I think we're sticking to a bit of a theme here. I think for those of you who don't know.
Yeah.
So we've discussed Mariana's Trench, Newfound Glory, we've discussed The Main, etc. And there's another band that are also still touring, and they're still on top of their game. They're still releasing new music.
A band who we've seen live.
And we saw them live. In fact, they were with The Main.
Yeah, exactly.
So we got 2 for 1 in terms of seeing our heroes. It was a
good night.
That was a good.
Yeah.
That was a good night.
I think of it fondly.
And the band is called All Time Low. Now, if a lot of you are thinking, oh, I know that band, of course, well done. You know good music. But they have a lot of songs that didn't make the radio or weren't the single.
Yeah, that's it. Their catalogue is enormously extensive. Everyone knows their song Dear Maria, which, again, fantastic song. Take nothing away from it.
I got your picture, I'm coming with you, Dear Maria.
Exactly, that song. Amazing song. They released the song in such a clever way a while ago, and again, one that missed the charts, like didn't get the exposure or the audience that I suspected it would get. But it's called Calm Down, and what they did was they released the same song 3 times, the 3 releases at the same time. So they had one which is like the sort of standard version of the song, like a bit of a pop punk, not quite a ballad, but like a big song. They released an up-tempo, more punky version, and they released like a piano ballad, all of the same. So you got 3 versions of the same song at once, which it's an idea that I'd had, but I was like, oh, future. And then they did it, and I was like, oh, people who know what they're doing, they do this, and it works so well, the song, in all three places, which again, like, you know, when you hear like a lovely slow version with an emotional singer of a song that you never expected to hear, and it works like a cover. They did that to their own song, and it just shows how good the song is if it can work across all three.
No, exactly. I love it when bands do things like that.
All Time Low.
All Time Low, you should check them out. We could talk about all their good songs, but there are actually too many.
Yeah, it's too many.
So All Time Low, that's the name of the band. They're from the 2000s, and they're still going, and they're still amazing. Definitely worth a look.
Yeah, check them out. If you happen to live in what I would say, like, you know, the Northern Hemisphere, if they are playing, go and watch them. They are exceptional live. The lead singer, Alex
Cathcart.
I mean, the whole band is brilliant, but quite often bands can be brilliant and singers can have, like, they have an off day now and then. I've never seen him be like even average. He's just on all the time.
It's like Gracie from Lawrence.
Yeah, like, and that's the thing. A lot of pop stars, like, we watch things like Glastonbury, and they have nights where they're missing, and it's like, it happens to people. There's lots of reasons. It could be a long tour. You could be a little bit sick, whatever. I've just never seen Alex miss.
Also, another thing that you notice that if you watch their shows, and Lawrence are the same, is they don't have the ability to, it's a low night and let's just boost the tracks with a singer. You know, for instance, certain pop stars, when they're doing massive long tours, they often have the show recorded and a backup. And so in case they are feeling like under the weather, they kind of just boost that kind of stuff. And that way you still achieve the show, even if the singer's not fully on it. Whereas Alex, I don't think is ever...
In fact, I saw they pulled the show at Red Rocks because something wasn't right with his voice. Hey, we've got a Gary Woodworks over there talking to Graham.
Hey.
I think he's on YouTube watching us. Gary, nice to see you, man.
How's it, Gaza? That's my mate from Port Elizabeth.
Oh, there we go.
He's a legend.
Long time ago. So they pulled the show because his voice wasn't there. They didn't go out and like lip sync or play a sort of pre-recorded thing. They pulled the show. They were like, he said, I'm not going to be able to sing it right. I think he might have sung 2 songs and said, nope, that's it. I respect that professionalism on a different level. Hey, Tamarisk, nice to see you as well.
Hi there, welcome. And obviously, they didn't, just sort of take everyone's money and run. They then postponed the show and made everyone come back, and all the tickets were valid because it's important to them. You know, it's reputation, and you want to give people a memory that they are going to keep with them for a long time. And you would keep a singer who's incredible or a band who's incredible way longer than you would keep, the show was good, but, you know, I could tell they were sick, you know. You would feel cheated.
So All Time Low, please check them out. Again, they're going to be on our playlist. They're going to be a name you're going to hear us repeat again.
Yeah.
So check them out. Okay, I would like to talk about this guy over here. Hey, Juanita, nice to see you as well.
We have the celebration people.
Celebration crew. Okay.
Yes, please do.
Okay.
Mr.
So again, like we had earlier with Polyphia, where I was talking about a band that, like, there's going to be sounds that to most people are going to be a bit outside of their comfort zone. There's the word genius that gets thrown around a lot in various fields.
Not to me, but I've heard
I've never been called one myself. But there's a level where millions of people are doing something and they're competing to be the best. And we've seen this recently with football, for instance, Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo being head and shoulders above the rest of, like, their peers for a decade. There's a guy alive at the moment. So when people think of famous musicians from history, you land on Bach, Beethoven, Mozart, you know, those are the names. But Mozart is the one that is sort of revered as being the genius musician of all of them. In terms of pure, just gifted at birth with a level that no matter how hard somebody works, they cannot match. And having studied music history, he deserves that.
You might have some classic musicians.
I might have someone in the comments going to argue with me.
What? You're telling me better than Chopin?
Exactly. However, right now alive, there is a man who is this, when I say generation, this for the 100 years either side of him, no one is going to touch his level of ability. His name's Jacob Collier. Maybe you've heard of him. Maybe you've heard of him and looked at his music and been a bit like,
what is this?
It's weird. I can't begin like as a full-time I've studied music, got a degree. I can't tell you how much people like him make it look like I know nothing at all. I know less than nothing. Like I should just stop, because when you can be that much better than every other person on earth, it just blows your mind as to how good someone can be.
That's true. He really is. He's like a savant, and the music he writes is one thing, but his musical ability and his ear and the way he hears things and the way he can construct. The man, if he was a painter, the man is painting with a bunch more colors than everyone else.
Yeah, he's painting in 3 dimensions. So, like,
Yeah.
I can't explain. Like, it's one of those things where once you start exploring his music, you'll understand just how vast his range is. He plays. So, to put this into perspective, this guy can sing, and he can sing. He's got perfect pitch. Obviously, why wouldn't he? Which means if you with no piano, you can be like singing A. There's it like his ability to sing is unrivaled. He can do it with the best of them. He can also play every single instrument. And when I say every single instrument, I don't mean electric guitar and bass guitar and acoustic. I mean like he can play like
banjo
Chinese traditional instruments like drums, piano, and like the most abstract things. He plays like things from his house, and because he's got perfect pitch, he knows which things are in key with each other.
He's like playing a cupboard.
Yeah, exactly. And he did a series recently a long time ago, and he redid it, where people send him a voice note or a video of them singing, and he will harmonize with them, but he'll add like an 8-layer harmony. It's just, his musicianship is unfucking believable.
It's unmatched. It really is.
I can't begin to explain. So the song that we put on our playlist of him is a cover. Well, it's a hymn called Jerusalem, and it's him just doing like an a cappella version, so him recording his voice multiple times. Hauntingly beautiful, and an easy way to get into Jacob Collier, which is why it's on the list.
Exactly.
But if you want to impress your friends at a party, you're like, Eric Clapton's the best guitarist of all time, whatever. If you pull out Jacob Collier, the ones who know about music will be like, you know what you're talking about.
Definitely, especially if the conversation is about music. I wouldn't just whip him out to win an argument.
No. But like he's and again, around people who know their shit, there's a so even I understand you might listen to Jacob Collier, it might not be for you, but at least check him out so that you get a chance to say, I saw this generation's Mozart. And if you come, like, he does a lot of gigs, he tours. Go and watch him live, because that's going to be in 200 years' time, when people look back on this era, he will be the name that will be, in the textbooks, like the Mozart.
Amen.
It'll be Jacob Collier up there.
No, definitely. The musicians will be studying him. I definitely think so. But from highbrow stuff to something a little bit more fun and like more just like, like a good old jawl, as it were, or a party of a song, for those who don't speak South African slang, is a band called The Wrecks. Now, that is Wrecks as in like when you wreck your car, so it's WRECKS, The Wrecks. They are, I would say they are like bombastic pop rock.
I've got a way to explain this.
Please do.
Have you ever woken up and just thought, I need to just have someone slap my face?
Like what?
But like I want it. Just for some reason I'm in that mood. Or like if you played rugby, like I need to tackle someone, I need to get tackled. Like it just...
Oh, it's like a side.
Just like shake.
Like, you ready? You ready? Yeah, let's go.
That is what the Wrecks are in musical form. I don't know how to...
That's true. They blend an interesting sort of, like I say, bombastic sound where they have sounds that you wouldn't use, but they do it in such a interesting way, and the singer has got a range that he can also sing like really cool, but then have like this high voice.
Yeah, like he's got pipes.
Yeah, it's almost eclectic pop. Is as close as I can describe it. But you gotta listen out to it. There's a song called Out of Style.
So I have one request. When you're listening to this playlist, because you are going to listen to this playlist, when Out of Style by the Wrecks comes on, you must play it at the maximum volume that your speakers will go to.
And if you can't do that, put earphones in and do the same thing.
I can't explain how it must hurt Like, it must hurt your ears,
Just a little bit.
but it's the right thing to do. You won't regret it because it suits that energy. It just
Yeah.
needs to be. It needs to physically feel it.
Yeah. It's not a song that you would put on and be like, I'm just going to relax to some of the Rex.
No. I want it to slap me in the face.
You're like, get up, we're going.
Yeah,
Where are we
it's-
going? It
but
doesn't matter.
I also have my own personal playlist, which is just like I just called Vibe, all capitals. That's song number one. And whenever I'm having one of those perfect days, like with mates when you're doing things and like you're just in that flow state where life couldn't be better. I always put that song on, I crank it, and people who don't know, have never heard it, within 30 seconds they're like, this fucking slaps. It's a soundtrack of like amazing memories for me, and I hope it can be the soundtrack of amazing memories for you, because we're not gatekeeping music. We are here sharing it.
There's no gate. We couldn't afford the gate. The gate
not
is
keeping
gone.
Should we? Yeah.
Well, who do you think?
No.
It's either that or we talk
no,
about
go
some
for it.
South African gems.
We'll come to that. Let's go for it.
Okay, so before we move on to something that's a little bit from our country, one last mention is a band called The Night Game. The Night Game. Now, for those of you who are pop punk fans, you might know the band called Boys Like Girls. Or was it Girls Like Boys?
Boys like girls. Boys like girls.
Yeah. Boys Like Girls is a pop punk band with incredibly high vocals, and it's just fun sort of music that
I'd say juvenile pop punk in a good way. Really well executed.
In the best way.
We've just seen a couple of friends join. Mila, I see you there.
Aware.
Fantastic singer as well.
That's true. She's from Germany, and she's an incredible vocalist.
Anyway,
Back to the business.
The Night Game.
So The Night Game, the lead singer is from the Boys Like Girls. He was the lead singer in that band, and this is a new project that he's a part of. It's called The Night Game, and just the same way we were discussing Newfound Glory and how Coming Home album is a more mature album for them to have done, where you're like, oh wow, okay, I would say that this project is the same for that. It's still got incredible vocals, but it's a more mature kind of feeling project with
the execution. So with music, there's a few component parts that most people just see as one product, right? You've got the writing, you've got the concept of the band, of the song, the band, the artist. Then you've got the actual songwriting. Some people are amazing songwriters, but putting it together in a studio, they never quite get it right. Some people get it right live, but can't get like the Night Game. The whole execution is just flawless.
True.
Like,
that's true.
The execution, the ability to match the tone of the song with the production, it's just it makes me happy. I don't know how else to explain it.
Amen. Just wanted to check in back with everyone. If you've just joined us, we are Third Wheel and we are discussing music. We are trying to show people some new gems of old bands that they've known but didn't listen to the whole album. And we're trying to highlight artists who deserve to be highlighted, even new ones that just aren't getting the sort of their time in the sun or time in the spotlight that they deserve. And that's what we're doing.
This is all on a Spotify playlist that will be publicly available. We're just sort of giving you the highlights package, and it's going to be there for your consumption. Just after this, we're going to put it out on socials.
And you can find us on our Spotify with Third Wheel. This playlist is called The Last 30 Years.
Keep an eye on the socials. It's coming. You're going to enjoy the music.
It's true. We called it The Last 30 Years because if we called it the best of 2000s onwards, people would say, oh, that's such a modern playlist.
Okay, let's go.
Let's
start.
So, now we're coming to the end of the segment, and what we want to do is take a little bit of time to actually show for our non-South African artists or South African audience, or even South African audience who just didn't know. We want to highlight a couple of incredible South African bands, and starting off with cream of the crop, in my opinion, and I'm sure Tom's, is a band called A-King. Now, if you are South African and you know them and you like them, you'll be like, yeah, they're good. Now, if you don't know them, they are a rock band from South Africa. The band is called A-King, as in small a and capital K, like you see a king, but it's a play on words, as in like a king, but a king. And they are
Songwriting.
Yeah, songwriting. I was going to say they are probably, in my opinion, some of the best lyricists in terms of
Yeah.
celebrities in South Africa. In terms of bands who've made it, bands that you might have heard of, they write lyrics that.
And
Please,
the guy who's writing the lyrics, English is not his first language.
that is true.
He's writing incredible like poetry in his second language. My mind, like, ask me to write a song in French, it's going to be, where is the train station? Where is the train station? Can I have a baguette? You know?
Exactly. No. Like the man's Afrikaans first language, and he's writing lyrics like, "I find delights in empty days. I take my counsel with wine. My own devices have robbed me of reckless leisure. My worth will be proven in time." Like, you were like, "Are you sure you don't speak English as your first language?"
Also, so nice to hear. So the lead singer also has a very deep, gruff voice.
Raspy.
And it's really nice to hear, because those voices kind of fall by the wayside. Part of that is because in sort of, if you were just listening to the radio in the background, if someone has a thin, sharp voice, it cuts through the noise and you're more likely to hear them. Aking, the lead singer, has got this deep masculine voice, and it's so good to hear good songs paired with a deep sort of like, I just don't know how to explain it. It's just, it's nice, it's good.
Yeah, it's one of those like you do this.
That's the right sound.
Yeah, like if Hosier had a bit more gruff to him.
Exactly. And like in terms of the songwriting, that's a fantastic parallel to draw.
Actually, yeah. They're almost like the South African Hosier, but more up tempo, I'd say.
Yeah, another South African. Let's go for it. Yeah.
Sweet. So, for those of you who are South African, once again, you probably heard of an incredible band or a famous band called Prime Circle. For those of you who aren't South African, Prime Circle are probably one of the biggest bands to come out of South Africa. I say one of, obviously.
I love we've got a suggestion here on Instagram from Nikki Creative. Blow Moord Band are excellent. We're going to go check them out. This is what this is for, guys. Suggest people, we'll check them out. We'll chuck it on the playlist.
Sama nominated. Okay.
Well,
that's South African Music Award.
Nikki, amazing suggestion.
Thank you very much, Nikki. So Prime Circle were the band. Now they have since this lead singer has left the band and is now doing his own project, and his name is Ross Learmonth. He is probably one of my favorite voices in terms of tone that I've ever heard in my life, and he is also a great guy.
Yeah.
We've had the privilege of actually going on tour with him, and a lovely man, and definitely want to shout out. His name is Ross Learmonth from Prime Circle, but he's got his own music out at the moment.
Yeah. So we did a tour with him, a couple of dates in Europe, and I played guitar for him. So I had to learn his songs, and every song I heard, I was like, jeepers! Like, this is, because a lot of South African music that gets out of South Africa is, some of it I'm like, oh no,
like, oh no,
that's the one that people overseas
they're gonna know us for that song.
Yeah, you know, like I love Robbie Wessels, but I don't want the whole world to think that that's what all of our music sounds like. You know,
we love you, Robbie.
Good in his own way, but like I want people to think we got more substance. Ross, what a lovely guy. And such an intimate, like emotional way of singing.
Yeah. He's got the whole package. He really does.
So, Ross Learmonth on the playlist.
Definitely. Also, on the note of lead singers who are not part of who are doing their own thing, we cannot go amiss without telling you about Khan Morby. Khan Morby, as everyone know from Parlotones, he has his own music as well, solo project. There is a song called A Girl Named Paris, who I think is such a fun song and so catchy. And if you love Parlotones and you like Khan and you like that sound, definitely go check out A Girl Named Paris by Khan.
Big love, Ross and Khan.
Amen.
I'm going to throw one in here that's
Do it.
Another South African artist, very good friend of mine. I'm going to be very quick on this one. His name's Gavin Ferguson. He's got a song called Rockets. It's on the playlist. I've said this to him thousands of times. Like, Gavin has maybe cumulatively on Spotify got about 4,000 streams. That's not a diss. This song, that would be a 500 million if the right person released it. Like if Justin Bieber had released that song, it's that good. And I've said it to him over and over again. I've played lots of gigs with him, but yeah, he's like, I can't explain to you how good the song is. It's on the playlist. Gavin Ferguson, Rockets. Just listen to it. It's there. Okay, sorry.
Definitely.
You-
No, well,
next one.
Cannot disagree with that. So this next one, I'm not going to jump on for too long because this lead singer is not with the band anymore. But it's the band called Monarch. Now they have a bunch of songs. Yeah, they had a singer who is now no longer with the band. But if you go check out some of their older stuff, he is still on the recording. And there's a song called Smiling, which is, to come out of South Africa, is such an incredible song, incredibly sung, well produced, and it's just a lovely,
I'm just going to interrupt you for 1 second. We had an awesome comment come in from YouTube from Gary saying he was trying to go to sleep, but now he's busy researching bands that he's never heard of. Guys, that's why we're doing this. Gary, that's so good to hear, man. Thank you so much.
True. I'll give a little shout out to Gary. Does woodworking, and if you love woodworking projects, you've got to give him a follow. He's doing some crazy things with like building the world's biggest spinning top and trying out a bunch of things. Give him a
YouTube channel for those of you who are on other platforms. Gary's Woodworks, all one word. Check it out. Okay, sorry, where were we?
We were on
Monarch.
the Monarch, so yes, but check them out, lovely. But what we want to take a time is for, this is a band that unfortunately no longer around, but you can still find their music online and it's definitely worth checking out. They're a band that we grew up with, idolizing, and eventually we had the chance to perform with them as well as another band which we'll get to in a moment. But this band is called the Laels. This is the second project that they did. They were originally,
well, one of them was originally in a band called Gonzo Republic. Yeah,
and which are phenomenal. If you want to go listen out to some really cool funky South African music, Gonzo Republic.
One of the things with countries that don't have a very well developed music scene, such as South Africa. South Africa has a music scene, but the problem is unless you have a part-time job, you can't do it. And it takes so much momentum to get something going, and the market's so small that to make a living out of it is so hard. So carrying on with it is difficult. That's this song, Soul Killer by the Laels. That's the sort of thing where if that song had been released by them in a country with a developed music scene, we'd be talking about them because they'd still be gigging now, because they would have gone straight to being, this is a lifestyle that I can continue to fund.
Yeah, if they came to the UK, they would.
If that song had been released by, like, I'm trying to think, like the Kooks or like someone like that, it would have, again, that would be a 200, 300 million stream song.
Yeah, they're like a South African Arctic Monkeys that you can dance to.
That's perfect, yeah, Arctic Monkeys. Yeah,
they're phenomenal.
So, this is the thing, like, so many musicians today still are releasing songs. The song is good enough. The song by itself can compete with songs that are number one. The person, the package, the product that song was released by is, when I say the problem, it's that doesn't have the reach and it just disappears. And we're trying our very best to give people, like with our tiny platform, at least lift up other musicians so that they get a little bit more reach, so that they have a chance to carry on creating good art. Because in my opinion, if you can write and release a fantastic song, you've proven that you have the chops to be able to do it indefinitely. You just need the audience. And the audience is just about knowing the right people.
Amen.
So the Laels, Soul Killer.
Definitely.
Tune.
Gonzo Republic, also check them out.
Fantastic.
And as I mentioned, the other band that we played with, which we will be adding more of them to the list, is a band called City Bowl Misers. They are from Durban. I don't know how big they managed to go. I think they went to Cape Town a bit, but you got to check them out as well. They've got some really fun songs, and they're just such a South African feel, but with like an international sound.
We got a cool suggestion coming here on YouTube from MacMan UK. A Raffo Butterfly Angel. We're going to go check that one out after this.
Okay.
So any suggestions that you guys put in the comments, we're going to go check out these songs. We're going to listen to them, and hopefully a lot of them will end up on this playlist so other people can hear this good music. So please keep the suggestion. I can't tell you guys how much we want suggestions from you guys for new music, or like music from the last 30 years that you think didn't get its time in the sun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not just South African music. We're just taking a moment to educate the world that there is other good music that has come out of South Africa that isn't just Johnny Clegg.
Exactly. I'm gonna take a short left here and talk about a band.
One shot left.
One short left. Called. So we're going back to international stuff. John, so nice to hear from you on Facebook there. Thank you very much. So I remember hearing this band a few years ago. I say a few years ago, maybe a decade.
Yes.
And I remember thinking to myself, that is what the future of music sounds like. I can't explain how my brain just went, that's the future.
It's the music of tomorrow.
It's the music. Oh, we've had someone join us on Instagram that I have to highlight, Ollie Andrews. He was
the
on
one
the
and
show
only.
a few weeks ago.
He was.
Fantastic singer. He is the lead singer of an amazing...
A project called Feyhart the Bard.
Exactly. So if you want to watch that, go to our YouTube. That live stream's there. He performs some of his songs. It's like medieval music. It's incredible. Ollie, shout out to you. Back to Mansion Air. That's the name of this band. I saw them performing a live thing on YouTube, and I was just in. I was like, that is what, like, 10 years from now, the Justin Biebers are going to sound like. Like, that's where music's going to get to. They're just there first. Unreal, like, understanding of how to move music forward. It's very difficult for me to explain it. I don't like genres because it's hard to put someone in a box when the box hasn't been invented yet.
Yeah, when the box is more like Swiss cheese. There's way too many holes.
Yeah, but in their case, it's like I don't know how to define. Like what music does Billie Eilish write? Pop?
Dark pop?
Yeah, like you know what I mean. It doesn't exist yet.
What is that secondary flavor?
Yeah, like what are we, but anyway, so this band Mansion Air, they've got this tasteful. It's deep. It's light. They're on this playlist. They're going to stay on this playlist for a while. Still releasing music. I can't tell you guys. I think they're Australian. Yeah, they are Australian. And there's another band on here that are Australian as well, weirdly. The ones right above them.
I was about to say, that is also some music
Segue.
from tomorrow as well. Is a band called Art versus Science.
Oh.
And the name actually is exactly what if you listen to the music, at the end you go, yes, that was Art versus Science. That felt like...
Yeah, what I love about them, their setup, they have a drummer. He's an excellent drummer, and he does, I wouldn't say singing backing vocals. He just does weird noises with his mouth, but they work. They have a guy who plays just the synthesizer, like an analog synth that just sounds skanky, and another guy who plays a synthesizer and guitar, or guitar, and they both do vocals. And it's like high energy, dirty, but just, it's good.
Yeah, they are called, they have did you mention the song?
No, I didn't.
The song is called Magic Fountain. You got to check it out. And in fact, wait for the drop. When the drop hits, you're like...
They've got a few songs. It's got Parlez-vous Français, which we'll put on here.
Parlez-vous Français!
Oui!
Parlez-vous Français!
Oui! Anyway, amazing band, Art versus Science. And like, I personally, I'm going to risk getting cancelled here. No, I'm joking.
Oh, no.
I have beef with like the Tomorrowlands of the world, the big dance music festivals. Because a lot of them are becoming, there's like a DJ who just plays something and it's all about the lights and the pyrotechnics. And the lights and the pyrotechnics are awesome. That doesn't have to be coupled to someone who's not playing an instrument. Like you could have people playing instruments and having hardcore dancing music, but they're choosing not to for logistical reasons. I think, my personal feeling, bands like Art versus Science, and there's another artist called Grey Contrast who's going to be on this for a different reason, explain why in another stream, that should be what we're pairing with the...
Oh, yeah, Art versus Science.
With like a Tomorrowland.
That is exactly
like
where they
that's
should
where
be.
they need to be. And people of Tomorrowland, please get musicians like that. Your show will be better for it.
Exactly.
Chad Brown, nice to see you in the comments, my bro.
How's it, guys? So for those of you who have joined us and are wondering what we're doing, we are discussing music, and the goal of this is we're introducing you guys to a new playlist that we have on Spotify called The Last 30 Years. And on that is going to be music from either bands you know, but you didn't go and check out their whole discography, and there's a bunch of gems you haven't discovered, and as well as bands that are nowadays that maybe aren't getting the right limelight, but they are great. And this is what we're trying to do with this project, to highlight the unsung heroes.
We've just seen a comment on Instagram there from Lexi. Pancake by Jaded. We're going to check that out. So, guys,
Okay, we've got three songs that we need to check out.
So we've also only got about 3 minutes left that we're going to be
Perfect.
streaming for. So everyone who's watching right now, please put in the comments a song by an artist that, when I say most people probably won't have heard of it, a song that you listen to that you're like, that is my tune. It must be from the last 30 years.
It's true.
Please. That's not to say old music isn't good. We're just focusing.
That's just not what we're doing here.
Yeah, we're focusing on recent stuff that didn't get us chance. So please spam the comments with stuff for the last 3 minutes, because we want to go away and we want to discover new music as well.
I love discovering new music.
So please pop it in there. So who are we going to end on here? Let's have a little look at. Can you stall for me while I find something?
This is a magic trick.
Okay, I'm going to go with.
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
They're a lovely band.
Weird. Weird. Don't mean that in a bad way. So I follow an artist who's currently getting her flowers. Her name is Brandy Carlisle, being one of the most.
It's funny that she's only now getting her flowers.
Yeah, like she's winning Grammys now, but like she should have been anyway.
Yeah.
Incredible. I remember a few years ago, I saw her. There was an Instagram story or a post where she was like, "I've just watched this band. They've got the most incredible frontman I've ever seen," and I was like, "I respect Brandy Carlisle. I respect her opinion, so I'm going to go check out this band." Band's called Future Islands. You might have heard of them because they're one of those bands that like sneaks into things. If you haven't, they're weird in the best way possible.
Seasons change.
Yeah, the lead singer is, and like if you watch any videos of them on YouTube, they're also a band that I'm like, the moment I get a chance to see them live, I'm going. But like, what an incredible, like it's I can't explain it. It's like addictive. You know when you eat something for the first time and it tastes weird and you're like, I don't know. And then the next day you're like, you know what I feel like? That
slap.
that thing again. So anyway, Future Islands, their big song is called Seasons, which is, I would say, like one of the most digestible songs.
It is great.
But like, oh my goodness, they've got some banging songs in their album. They've also got this mini documentary on YouTube called Road Dogs, where it's, because they're not like ultra famous, and certainly when they made it, they weren't. And it shows the reality of being a touring musician. But what I respect is how they give everything at every show. They don't like, oh, we'll dial a performance in. Every show is like, this is my art, this is my passion, that's what I can give the world. It's an awesome documentary. They're an awesome band, Future Islands. I just see we had a request, sorry there, about when are we coming back to Horsham?
That's a good question. Hopefully it will be soon. Unfortunately, we will not be a part of the Horsham Lates this year.
They just need different acts. That was.
You know, there's a lot of bands to cycle through.
Nothing political, to be clear.
No, don't worry. But that's not to say that we won't be down there soon.
Yeah, we're working on it.
And remember, if you guys want to see us in Horsham, either book us or send us a place that will book us.
That's what I'm talking
hopefully
about.
we'll see you there.
I've heard there's some good venues. So please, if you want us to be there, suggest the venues, talk to the venue and say, you should get Third Wheel. That's how we get gigs.
Exactly. And a couple more suggestions there. Enter the Woods by Radical Face.
Chad Brown,
we will take a listen and we will have a look. Also, I Hope by Sir Liege.
Yes. Okay, so should we do it? So we've got our debut single for our new project coming out. We've just put up the post on Instagram announcing it. So please, if you get a chance, go into Instagram, Sir Liege. That's like my liege. You'll see it's the two of us dressed quite well.
Yes, sir, as in, and also my liege.
We're dressed a bit better than this, if I'm honest.
A little bit better.
A little bit better. Our first song that we're going to release is called I Hope. It's a song all about positive hope.
In a world that needs it, the lyrics are all about wanting good things for people that you love and just for all mankind. And just, it's a sort of that pub camaraderie sort of a feeling. Very much sort of cheers where everybody knows your name.
We shot the music video last year in a pub in London, and we had like all of our mates come in as extras. And to this day, we're like, it's one of the best memories we have.
That was a lot of fun.
So much fun. The song is so much fun. It's coming out soon. Sir Liege, I hope. Maybe you'd put it on your playlist of
Who knows?
bands that like people should discover.
Yes.
But,
the song will be out at the end of August. And in the meantime, we'll be doing all that content stuff.
Exactly. So look for us on the internet. And I'm going to ask Brad to roll the outro. This is going to be the second single, it's a little snippet from the second single that we're releasing.
Oh, nice.
So
some more foreshadowing.
I'm not too sure if our technical stuff is all working 100%. So Brady, if you can you roll that outro for us?
So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here on the Dynamic Range. We'll be doing this as often as possible. So don't go anywhere. Catch us next time and check out the playlist.
We'll see you guys later.
Bye.